down the bottom of the bottom.
Sit you down there, you get
No, I'm alright.
Oh, you're alright there?
What's his name? His lives in, down the bottom of the hill. He used to be up at the quarries here.
Piercy right.
Piercy right. Okay. Piercy right. Well, I said they said, well, I said I went into Nelson one night and I hadn't been here very long. I hadn't been here very long. They were talking about being made a foul on them now. And I thought, well, the rock is I hadn't done much stepping or anything like that, or looking, treating people better, or well, it's my turn, I think now to teach some of these people in need. So I went on some of them, and as I thought with the names, I heard the names, and I was, what are they this time? You never know had one. And the last one I went to was the one from out of Stoney. And I said, what about you, Mr. Sarge? Very good.
Mr. Sarge, yeah.
It was Jack Hawkins, and I wasn't a squeak Victoria, I wasn't amused.
Wasn't amused, no.
Well,
that was Pierce, was it?
No, that was first. I said, well, I said, I can tell you one as good as that. I said, only I nearly come to an end with it. I nearly come to an end with it. He said, why? Well, I said, my father bought me a little pony and cart, and I used to go for Cheadle for gold, for fetching it for different people, you say. Well, I did do. I bought me this car, little car, when I left school. I should be 13 then, you say.
Yeah.
And so I used to bring 900 weight with this pony. In one of it brought a whole Repton from Epsom. It was only a 14-ounce pony, and a beautiful little car was made me down from Denson Lane.
Oh yeah.
I made me right from this completely.
Yeah.
Wheels and hoops and everything. Painted it and varnished it with a grand little car. Not a big 900 weight. And this pony had come right up the hill without a bottom. We 900 weight go. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
Just waddle about a bit.
Yeah.
But come on. You never didn't bother about that. And doing another, some big horses couldn't bring half a ton of them. Yeah. Maybe no overlap. So anyhow, when I got to Top Rookemore Bank, where that farm is, Top Rookemore Bank, there's been a lot of people here, Robinson's there.
That's it, yeah.
The drag stick.
Yeah.
They know what the drag stick is. Put it on back axle, on a hinge, you tip your cart off on it.
Yeah.
Well, other people don't know what they are, don't they? I've still got the old ironwork all over the road here. And you put it on the road, and it takes all the weight off the back.
Puts it off the wheel, takes it off the wheel.
And gets it off the back.
Yeah.
So that they can just saunter down with it. So I used to saunter down, then to put your shop down at the bottom, and then just pick it up while I've got a bit of help, you say, off the road.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, this day, I was getting ready. I put my jack stick on the cart and was going to tip it up on it, and I went round the other side. We dry your thing out, Graham. And a chap was going past with a cow in a halter. Now, you perhaps know him, do you?
No, I'm just laughing, no.
So, eh?
Oh, go on, no.
Cow in a halter. Well, I've never heard this man called anything only Billy Peck. Does that ring a bell to you?
No.
Don't it?
No, it doesn't.
Billy Peck. So I was this side of the cart, and I was going past with cow in a halter and gun under his arm. My gun under his arm.
Not a bad combination.
No. Well, I didn't think anything about that because I knew the man that well, and I knew him. I passed him and passed him and passed him. But just as he was passing, I said, how do you do, Mr. Peck? Well, next thing I saw the cow going on for Baydukes on a trot. Round they comes over the top of the dark stick with gone. Who the bloody hell are you packing? Well, it's gone, right? And this is the end of me. It's to this end. Did you ever know him?
No.
No, you wouldn't do. I'm going back to fur again, aren't you?
I would have said so,
Well, his
because he'd
name...
be older than you, wouldn't he?
Oh, he was older than me. Got him this cow, and they had a bit of ground across. This Stone Mellors, when you've seen on this photograph, had it a while. And they used to take his gun, there were a lot of rabbits coming out of the woods, you see, until the side, facing light. It was further across the where you go, across on.
They used to walk round shooting off the road and all that business.
Oh, no, but they could go on their own ground, couldn't they? You see, they kept a bit of stock for you, and that's where they kept this cow. Kept this cow, perhaps have another. But they brought him up in the altar. Well, I always knew his name as Billy Peck.
You had to do a bit of quick talking, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I was that dazed and I couldn't think what the hell I'd done wrong. Because I never knew him be anything else, only Billy Peck. And all he said, how'd you do, Mr. Peck? As he went past, and they come round with this gun, they was absolutely enraged. His name was William Beach. Now does it ring a bell? There's never no one living down there in Oklahoma, William Beach.
No, I can't place anybody with that name. Bill Beach.
No.
No.
Well, even no one knows William Beach.
No,
only Billy Peck.
What? What did he say? Did he say any more? Anything else?
He did. Well, they could say I was flabbergasted as me, because they could say I faced him and I was innocent as a cuckoo of saying anything wrong. Oh, that's all pleasant and passing time of day with him, you know, as a lad. Oh, now don't you lad, third time. No, I'll tell you, now you may come to you, did you ever know of Samuel Mellor, escaped the Cricketer's Arms, having a daughter Sarah? The last Sammy Mellor. There's been two. There's been two Samuel Mellors escaped the Cricketer's Arms.
Well, I didn't. I've only heard people speak of it, Mark. You know.
This Sammy Mellors.
I mean, it was Prince before Warrington, wasn't it, Joe Warrington? It was Prince before Warrington.
Yes, yeah.
Well, that's about it.
You've never heard of Mellors?
No. Not in full. No.
Well, there were two Samuel Mellors escaped the Cricketer's Arms. Well, in my day, and in my father's day, the first Samuel Mellors. They didn't when my father was a young man. And they didn't live at the pub. They lived at a little cottage the other side of the road. You never knew that, did you?
Didn't know there was a pub. Didn't know there was any houses there.
They were the other side of the road. You know, I mean,
the
pub's on its own. Now this is where Southern's shop would be. Somewhere there's a shop at the Southern's.
Oh yeah, by it, some Southern's, yeah.
Well, I've only been up there locally not so very long.
Okay.
Well, it's been there, put up in my time.
Has it?
Oh. Because Sammy Mellor used to live there, the house was there, and he'd one daughter, Sarah. And this chap eloped with her, the same. This chap took her off and they were Catholics.
Yeah.
Big Catholics up at our church here. Both of them. Both Sammy Mellors. You see, and I'll tell you where he went live. As you, from here, you go on Lick Road, and after you pass Winkle Station, and you drop down into Holler, and there's a farm directly in the Holler.
On the right.
Gutter Farm.
That's it. Yeah, it's just been sold.
It hasn't?
Yeah.
Nay,
Yes,
No, what?
Yeah, a friend of mine was interested in it.
Nay.
Yes. They've just built the bridge up there. They've widened the bridge.
Yes, the little bridge.
Yeah.
The little bridge is where nasty to come over.
They've widened that, and the farm on the right, is just been sold. Yeah, because the thing that put him off, he said there was a footpath, went straight across the front door, right on the front door, public footpath, and that put him off it.
Well, no, not funny. You mentioned this.
It is,
Well, that was Billy Peck.
And how did he get this
Beach.
name?
Eh?
How did he get this name?
Well, I don't know. Everybody got him Billy Peck. I was as innocent as could be, you know. I'd heard him called Billy Pack so many times.
I've done the same, you know, with
Have you?
exactly that, with, you know, buttress in Oakham, always call them feathers.
Feather butters, yes, yes, I know.
Well, I did exactly the same. we were, I think we'd thrown some fireworks on his gate, on
yes.
his yard.
Didn't he marry a Campbell?
Oh, I don't know. You're going back, I mean, it's a lot, you know.
No, but I mean, Campbell lived close to me, then I was up at New House Farm, at the neighbouring farm, Len Campbell.
Oh.
They didn't know him.
No.
Well, what do you think? I married a Campbell.
Did he, yeah?
Well, go on, did he?
Well, where did he get his name from? Feathers?
Well, I was a buttress, wasn't he? I was a mad, wasn't he? I was always dying with something, I don't know.
You've got it. You've got him.
Hey?
You've got it weighed up.
Have he? Well, I knew him. I knew folks called him Feathers, but then I mean I shouldn't have called him Feathers because I knew. Hey?
I did.
Did you?
He collared me when I was I used to take the co-op round, co-op orders, you know, when we had the co-op in the village. And he'd evidently picked these bangers up and thrown them on the back of the fire. Of course some old man gone off. He got me like with his stick, you know, round the neck, like, you know, just like this. And I said something to him, I'm very sorry, Mr. Feathers. I said, well, I couldn't, because I mean, co-op, you see, Land of Beardmore, you know, who used to have, here's Feathers, his order, you know, and this is it, everybody called them Feathers.
Can you imagine? Well, he was always hailing, weren't he?
I always got to stick with him, but I think nothing, you'd see slabs moved and big paving slabs and stuff would be moved, and you know, and you'd think, well, how does he manage that?
I knew him, yes, and I don't know whether he didn't marry one of Len Campbell's sisters. Campbell. Feathers, butters. Oh yes, I knew him. But no, this chap, I've never heard him called anything but Billy Pack. And I heard him called Billy Pack, well, I've only 13 now, for as long as I'd heard him talked about, they called him Billy Pack. And that's where he went there, when he cleared off, and the only child, the last Samuel Mellor. And he went to Gutter Farm. Well then, from there, of course, he finished up from here at Basford, buggered up.
Oh, and you got dropped in like that.
Yeah, but I was innocent. No, I was innocent as a good man.
Well,
I've been cheerful with him. I'm just saying how do you do things. I just said cat and said how do you do, Mr.
Another thing I did similar thing. I was down at Bolton's when I was an apprentice, and one of the blokes, I forget who it was, I was with. He said, "Start whistling." I said, what do you mean? He says, oh, just start whistling now, just whistle as much as you want. And I'm whistling like a fool. And the next thing, this bloke's at the side of the road, he's got me round my throat, threatening he threw me in the river. And it's a bricklayer, Ernie Bird his name was.
Ernie Bird.
And if ever anybody wanted to take the mickey out of him, just whistle him. Of course I wouldn't know lad. Well, just took me off my feet, that did.
That was my Billy Pack, I'll never forget that. When they were some savage old dogs.
But you was, Mine, they're always ready to jump, aren't they, them sort of.
Oh, wow. Well, I knew, well, I didn't dare, no, he let me off because I could say all that, but we guessed it wasn't because they were, what are you on about? No. Yeah.
Well, me and you are related, aren't we? We're related, aren't we?
Well,
starting from my granddad, Wilf, and that's my granddad, Will, Day and Tom and all that. Well, his dad was John Allen, wasn't he?
Yes, John Allen, Uncle John.
Uncle John that lived
The
in.
May.
Now, go back from there. Going back to you, like, how...
Well, I don't know whether I can go any further than the Uncle John, not definitely, except there's David Allen, so I don't know where he come in.
Well, John Allen, that's my great-granddad.
Yes.
How do you call him your uncle then? How is it?
Well, I married my dad's sister.
John Allen married your dad's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say Francis.
Yeah. Francis.
The eldest. They were older than my father.
So
we were first born.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you who her father and mother were. They come from, well, the mother was a bruff. The mother was a bruff, and I'll tell you where he come from, my great-granddad, from Deminsdale, the Turret, with Irish with Turret.
Oh yeah, where
Roundhouse.
Roundhouse. Yeah.
Hey, yes.
Well, the
That's where he come
Shrewsbury,
from.
yeah. The early Shrewsbury built that, didn't he?
Well, that's the Earl of Shrewsbury's property, and my great-grandfather's on one side is Joseph Bruff, that's come from there, our Stone Mason, worked for Lord John. Say. Well, my other great-granddad was,
Get some jackets on them, Jane. Please.
Was a Bamford from Okamore. My other great-granddad, my mother's granddad, was a Bamford. James Bamford. And I married my great-grandmother from Topmanslow, who was a Robinson, and come to live at Okamore. James Bamford, I think you're a bit kin to us. I've got to prove this, I could find out if it's worth me while, but and I may have sometime. I think you were a bit akin to Smiths of West Neves, you see. Because if ever there was anybody married or buried, they always went and they always took the mother's a little girl with him. So there must be something, mustn't there?
Yeah.
But I'll never find out that word, what that word.
So John Allen, that's about it.
Yes, I'm gonna go any further than that. Only I've heard my father talk about these two Davids, young David and old David.
Do you think there was
Well, I mean, my dad said to be friendly with both of them, so there must be something in it. You never heard of two Davids?
No.
Young David and old David.
Well, how do we get involved with Aunt Annie? Is that on my dad's side? Aunt Annie.
Ah, well, it's my father's sister again. She married Ben Ousland. She lived at Star Inn as a servant girl, and married my uncle Ben Ousland from out Cotton Lane.
Yeah.
He was of another big family of Ousland.
Yeah. Well, is this is connecting my dad in? Is it on my dad's side, Aunt Annie? Not Alan, Romper and...
No, Hollins and Ouslands are quite separate, aren't they? No, then.
Well, there's some connection with... No, my dad's... my granddad, Harry at Cotton Lane.
Ah, was I your granddad?
That's my dad's dad.
Yes.
Harry, they call him John.
Oh, aye.
Bogey, sorry, they call him Bogey.
Well, that was his nickname. They called him Bo at school.
Veggie man, yeah.
Harry.
Well, Harry married an Ousland.
Oh, up there, but they're not the same Ousland. What's I saying now? Could it be the same Ousland as Alan Thomas? Possibly could.
I think it is.
Aye, possibly could. Because there were a lot of Ouslands, there were a lot of Ouslands. There were Will and Roger and your dad's mother, which?
Your dad's mum was, her name was...
Were they at Wardlow at all?
Yes.
Wardlow?
Yeah. I've heard
they could be same family.
Yeah.
Yes, I never thought about that now, Graham. Ah, yes. Well, if you're akin to some of them, you should be akin to some money.
I know.
Yeah. I never heard about that, man.
Oh, they've been on this treasure.
And you've been on this treasure hunt. And has it come out yet?
Oh, some of it.
Some on it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, who's them? And the one at the one at Wardlow is the one, I think. I think.
Trouble is, there's so many contenders.
Oh, well, I'll tell you. I'll tell this. I was phoned up about it. Oh, it must be 2 years ago.
That's right, yeah.
2 years ago, by Mrs. What's her name? I'll tell you. Walker, Dorothy Walker at Alton.
Oh yeah.
There's Mrs. Breaton.
That's right.
Breaton now. Well, aren't they got something to do with it? Don't it come? This money affair comes from Tanty Richardson.
That's right.
Well, I know Tanty.
Which is
Anthony Richardson. I know them all. All Richardsons.
Yeah, from down Doveridge and that area.
Yes, well, from Ribdin to start with. Ribdin. Oh, I can tell you a bit about them. I can tell you a bit about them, about Ribdin. I know them all.
Yeah.
I remember them all. And I remember their dad and Mrs. Otson. Mrs. Otson has lived at Mott. Come down for my mother when their mum died. Could go and help at Lee Maid. Now that's another thing, isn't it? It doesn't seem so very long since, but I lived a good while after him, you know. That chap did himself.
Well,
Ribdin.
Listen, we're getting off the subject now. What I'm baffled is, we're with John Allen, my great granddad.
But there's some scams, isn't it?
Oh yes, on the money job. Yeah. What I'm getting back is the one that Maria Walker. What relation was that to John Allen?
Well, Mrs. Walker was his sister.
Mrs. Walker was John Allen's
sister.
Oh, so she was.
You say she's married.
She was an Allen then.
She was an Allen.
Yes.
And when she married Walker, whoever he was, and they lived up at Three Lows, that was her husband, and she had a son, David Walker, and he died. Oh. Yeah. David Walker died.
Yeah, so that's that finish then, yeah.
But she was John's sister, Mrs. Walker.
Well, are we slightly related to Cyril Jones then? Who's this aunt, this aunt? Granny Kent. Who's this Granny Kent?
Oh, Granny Kent at the Ramsey.
Is the relation?
Well, who isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, 13 children and the whole families all around everybody's akin to it.
Oh, they?
Well, Minnie was the youngest at the
got onto something now.
Minnie was the youngest at Baylor. And Fred Trout married her.
Minnie Kent.
Yeah. And they were the youngest at 13.
Yeah.
And they're all married, and they're about evenly distributed. They're about 6 and 7, I don't know which you'd have it, lads perhaps, 7 and 6 daughters. I'll tell you a lot of them. Well, this Charlie lived at Charlie Kent lived at 2 generations of them lived at Lodge at Carnsley and worked and we had horses and carts at the Oakenmoor station, one Oakenmoor for Boltons, 2 Charlies, old Charlie and young Charlie, and they were in charge of the horses. Well, then they were were with Parson at Alliston. I was there all a lifetime. One at Dance,
You won't remember them all.
And then they were a Tom down somewhere No, but I've heard the name. I know of them. You know,
Yeah.
through Minnie, because I used to have a lot to do with Minnie.
Well,
Kent.
Granny Kent then. How old would she have been? I mean, how many
How
generations?
old? Well,
are
it
we?
had to be in the 90s.
And
In the 90s.
how long has she been dead, roughly?
Oh.
I don't know what generation we are when people
I don't
say
know whether
Granny
it comes
Kent.
in. Do you think it comes into this job?
No, nothing to do with
Yeah,
it.
well, which
All
job?
as I'm getting mixed up with is I've heard so much about this Granny Kent, and I've heard so many tales and stories. I don't know. You know, I'm a bit confused who she is.
Well, I don't wonder at that, because I mean, a marvellous old woman, and lost her husband, our family, he died in wood, suddenly, and they were left with 8 children. Well, I'll tell you some of them now. There's a lot. I'll tell you some of them. One married a Worthington. A daughter, Mrs. Parker was one, for instance. Mrs. Parker, Joseph Parker's wife at here, was one of that senior daughters. Joseph Parker, which is Smith's granny. But she'd be granny to Elder Smith, you see.
Oh, yeah. Quite good. So you're going back 200 years, very neat.
Well, her was one of the eldest. Well, then there were another one, married Jim Worthington at Weston, as you sell milk to National Swarrers. Jim Worthington, these Worthingtons who come over, Albert and them, their descendants. Another one married a Lees across the years, insurance, and their sons are insurance people, and one got to be quite a clever lad. He got to be something to do with Nottingham education. He was a tip-topper. And then another one was Mrs. Elks. Mrs. Elks married Will Elks. Will Elks. That's 4, isn't it? No, 5. 5. 9. That seems to me I get bewildered myself, but I shall find them. 5.
Jane? Are you making a brew, good girl?
Even you know, we're on the view.
So, like, she
And
was...
this Lee's, one of her sons got to be in education, you know what you call them, when they get the county head. County.
Survey,
No, in education, what do they call them? There were 2 of them, Jackie Lee's at Weston, they got right up to the same degree. Head of county, you know, education department. This Lee's did at Weston. Tom Lee's lived at Sallymore. I killed him while I was in Morrisville and got killed, and I didn't know. Tom Lee's, and I worked as a farm labourer at Sallymore. And they were all that much older than me, and they got killed in Richmond. I never knew till after. And there's one.
Wasn't Cyril Jones's?
Well, Jones's.
What was his wife?
Well,
Silly.
Jones's akin to Kent's, but let me just trace him. How could I trace him? Jones's. Cyril Jones. Well, they married Saleses. Oh, Mrs. Sales was another Kent.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs.
That's
Sales. Sales was another Kent. Jim's mother.
Yeah.
George's wife's grandmother was a Sales. Was a Kent. You
George's
see?
wife's
Grandmother.
grandmother.
Right. You see, has lived in top house at Ramsey. Oh, that's another one. That's made me about 5, hasn't it, to them?
Well, she'll be 60. She'll be. You're talking about the grandmother. 170 years ago, isn't it? You know.
Oh, right.
Well, we still haven't got roped in with him yet. There's no connection with us. I don't see it.
No, I don't know. Well, I'll tell you how I know about it. All I know about it is, coming from Miss Brayton. She rung me up one day.
Sure.
And I had to go into, did I know any family of Brindleys at Waterhouses? Did I know any?
Well, she used to be a school teacher, wasn't she, Dorothy?
Yeah, she had used to be yeah. As Mrs. Brayton married an old man, you know.
She did, didn't she?
It's always twice as old as her.
Yeah. Well, she used to be a bit of fun, Dorothy. She's still here.
There she is, yes, Dorothy.
Dorothy Walker.
Well, I knew her father, Byrne. Aaron's Mill when I was in Mill. Yeah. Byrne Walker. He was. I know that, Dorothy. So she phoned me up, I tell you. And then somebody else rung me up, did I know out about them. And on the Dante Richardson's side.
Oh.
You say?
Coming into the world, yeah.
Dante Richardson. Well, it appears it's nothing to do with. It's Dante's daughter or something, is it? His husband, they got money and his money I want to go on to one side and hers not claiming any.
That's right, yeah.
Is there some foundation for that? Who doesn't want it?
He doesn't.
He doesn't want it?
No.
Is that it?
That's right, yeah.
I've got that fur with it, is it?
What's her name? What was her name? Her name was Alan. Her name was an Alan, wasn't it?
Really?
No relation.
No, until we got bits of agreement then.
Fanny? No, it wasn't.
But I believe there's no end of a list of folk.
It's all over the world.
I believe it is.
And New Zealand. And there's solicitors.
So believe well, this must be. I got this phone message. I got been phoned up twice about it. Why I don't know. Why this is because I'm not showing any interest in. But I'll tell you, I've been rung up twice about it. Did I know anything of any Brindleys at Waters? Did I know of there's such people as Brindleys at Waters? As well as of them about Brindleys, there's plenty of salts. The Waterhouse, it's full of them, isn't it, up there, you know. But actually, after a while, I did find out some Brindleys up there. Yeah. But I never entertained any idea, but I knew Dante Richardson.
You want to
personally?
Well, she got some connection up here. Harrison's wife, Charlie. There's some connection
what
there.
Charlie?
Has died, like, from Paxton's.
I say,
no, his wife.
His wife?
There's some connection with this, with them.
Charlie's wife,
I don't know who he married, but she was telling me about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, Dante used to work in a mill, you know.
Did he?
Oh, when I was a little lad. I could hear him going down with his clogs on, you know, when I was a little lad, you know, school age. In the morning, Dante going down with his clogs on, took him over. I always go wide awake. Now, Will was the older one, Will, but I can tell you a tale about him too.
Come and have a walk here.
I'm alright.
Oh, yes?
Will, then it was this, but Dante was the brains. Dante was the brains. And there was one girl now, Richardson, when I got ready, Richardson, I don't think
they were a bit eccentrics, weren't they? Like, I mean, she was scratching along, she died, this is how it happened, like, she died feeding stock one morning, like, you know, when this well job come in.
Well, I'll tell you...
They scrap and save, you know, every 8 new terrible people.
Well, I'll tell you about how the old man passed away. He died himself in nobody else's house, that's at Ribbon. The father. And Mrs. Hodgson were sort of the nearest neighbour at the moment being. And they come down for him all that, they got a sheep.
Good.
There's been across the and then Mum lay on a set of bags all over the bed. Split open and not a sheet lay mine.
a bit rough then, weren't you?
That nobody realised him saying, I mean, nobody looked after him. I wouldn't harm the scene it just for cause scandal and anything, but that's a certain fact. My mother went up and said, yes, I'll find you, she. And the father allowed she to run under much consequence, and he went and laid him. And they died, they split their out bags and opened them on his bed. And they were living in his bed, Mum. They were only a little man. Little man, Joe Richardson.
And this is his dad, this is his son, that's...
Anthony? Oh, I had a lot of sons. There were Will, Dowdy's Will, and then there were Tony, and then there were Jack, then there were... Him as had...
they've been done well, haven't they? I mean, they're talking like into over £1 million like that.
Well, let's get it up the land now, because I mean, they went down the old Bridge very near.
I know, a lot of ground.
I had Dow Straits and Hanley.
That's right. Well, how did he work that?
Well, he made them a knock-down project, as they say. Ooh,
you taxi too? They haven't a lot of ground.
Hey, well, now this, I want just try to get over this girl, you know. They were a girl, Lydia Richardson. I've got her name even. Lydia, have you ever heard of Lydia?
No.
Well, Lydia married a lad from Sallymore Farm.
Oh yeah.
What was his name? I went out there with Denis,
yeah, Jones, right?
No, I'll tell you his name in a minute to come down.
Oh, they only tenants, aren't they, Sycamore Farm, yeah. I thought Sarah owned that farm, it's Bolton's, isn't it?
I think it is.
Ah.
Well, if one of the who owns it, if they can stand the homes out your hands and that, it's a good mob.
Alan Morris, he pays, it's Alan Morris. So he's dealing with him, that's it.
You know, they all cut and carved all over everywhere. They all cut and carved all over everywhere. I couldn't tell you what belongs anywhere. No, what, not the Ramsey. No, but I'm thinking of this chap's name now, if I can think on it.
Lydia's husband.
Lydia's husband. And he was at Kingsley, Epstein somewhere. Hey. But his name might be me come. Thank you. Hey.
You're right, I'm on your photograph.
What is his name now? Here, I know them as well. And man, Nancy had gone to the Gilbert and Sullivan opera at the Pottery one night, and we were very fond of it, you know. We used to cheadle. I never missed one cheadle for about 40 years. And we went to this one at Pottery, and to our surprise, this chap come on in one of the best circles. Somebody was treating him from Epstein, so we heard about him. I can't think of his bloody name just a minute. What was his name now? Hey.
You'd have a surprise then, be sound of it.
Eh?
You were surprised.
Ah, so him come in this circle. You know. Hey. Lou Millwood.
Oh.
Never heard his name.
No Millwood.
Lou Millwood.
Lou Millwood.
Ah, Louis Millwood.
No.
Lou Millwood.
No.
That's his name. I bet it had come down, wasn't it? And tomorrow reckoning and the Nancy's reckoning when you remember so well. I didn't think I had any pains.
No.
Lou Millwood. No, but somebody was treating him to this opera house, Lou Millwood. And, well, I think he'd one child. Well, I haven't eaten this one yet.
You should be having plain ones.
Well, just know, as far as I know, I don't know what's happened to him, but they had one child, and they were said that they was marrying another in the same family, like another kinfolk. Hast I heard something about that?
No, I knew what you would say.
I'm thinking he was his name. They've never heard his name then.
No, then, yeah.
Now, Lou Millwood.
You said
The
that.
Collies is reared him at Sallymore Farm. Collies is, George Collies. Bearing everything into that.
No.
No.
You're on about keeping it in the family.
Ah, well, this is years ago. I don't wonder how it ever happened.
Well, my mum said this morning is algae. My Aunt Mary, you know, my Aunt Mary at Rossum. As algae had been taken by the, I don't know whether you've heard anything on that.
They just mean Sellito. Oh, wow. Who's still talking? But I didn't know that come into it, doesn't it?
No, when you're saying keep it in the family, because she
married a nice very brilliant.
Well, I mean, I've only heard this morning as he's been taken ill again.
I believe it. Yes.
Is it right?
Yes, I think it's true. Right. Sellito.
Oh, that's bad news.
Well, it's not that married, I think it is. You know the words from Wrexham, of course?
Yes.
No, Lou Millwood, that's it. What his name's Louis or what, I don't know, but Lou Millwood married to Lily Heritage, the only girl of the family. And I saw last time I saw him, it come in somebody with it in the, what you call, you know, the box thing in the opera. When then I said, that's Lou Millwood. I could tell him again. That was before all this other job. No, Dorothy's reckon to be in charge of it, I don't know.
Never heard my mum mention her.
Dorothy Walker, hasn't it?
Yeah,
well,
I mean there's a solicitor, you know, there's not a solicitor, what is he? Probate, I don't know what you call it, but I mean he's been on this job ever since it started. And it's running into thousands of pounds.
They've never heard out about Dorothy Walker either, and you think
no. But what I'm saying is, this bloke, he's been all over the world, chasing these, he's been all over the place for 2 years. It's running into thousands.
I'm sure. Oh, I know all that. There's rows of cottages, as Anthony's got, Tanty, I always got the name of Tanty. But I know apart from that, if that is a lot. What? Is that a lot, that thing? But you went down to Dublin. You farmed at Dublin, and they kept selling farms and buying farms. So they got out of their end of farm. I do know that.
And a lot of this ground, you see, is at the moment is tied up. You know, well, it's still tied up in ground, and they've got to sell it. They put some on the market recently, and they brought it back off again. They taken it off the market because it didn't fetch the real
I've no about it. They did. I'll tell you, it was up to the neck in it, because there's a big friend of Dorothy's, John Harrison's wife. Up here, Dorothy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's up to the neck. They'll good tell me some stuff about it. Well, I'm interested in it. It doesn't interest me. But there was full on it, whether I was thinking of coming in for some, I don't know. But it's two slums.
Did you?
It's two slums and something else, isn't it? Is it two slums and business?
Yeah, there's that cliff.
Cliff who?
There's a cliff who's on that leak.
There's a Cliff who's on that leak.
He's the main one, isn't he?
He's come in for a fair bit.
A Cliff Hoozle?
Sarah, is it?
My dad's Aunt Sarah.
I'm very vacant. I'll tell you who's one. This bloody blind disc comes on.
Yeah.
Here's one. Well, his father Denis should have done, isn't he?
That's right, yeah, so it'll be split to his family now, not his
Yeah. That's another bit, isn't it? Another bit there.
Well, of course, look at our family. Look at my dad's side, my dad's side, there. I mean, there's a fair, more,
Very
I don't, it'll amount to nothing.
But Dorothy is what I've heard on about, and there's a big guns with Dorothy Walker. They have a lot in common.
Have they?
For some reason,
Yeah.
I don't know why. Oh, I know Dorothy Walker well enough. I know the father, Bernard.
What about
Bernard Walker.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I worked in Oklahoma Mill when I was in, and I worked under a Western. Charlie Western was Bosch's dye mill. Dye works upstairs, a wooden shop it was. Making those dyes, you drew it, put you in your metal too.
Yeah.
It used to be all on armour and that. And things made to fit there, all these holes, whereas I invented the thing up there, so you put screws on the top and I could undo them and clean them and put them back again.
Yeah.
And a different thing altogether. I think we're all punching and then hammering. Well, I mean, they say the firm. Well, I died with a brain tumour. I was a brainy man. And they invented the thing that I was working at, sawing. Where we're sawing. in the beginning of the war, all the tubes of different sizes as they made for rings, they had to be planed, put in dies and drawn, taken down to, you know what I mean. Put in a lathe and done down to a certain size to fit on the end of the shell. And that's what they call the ring shop. Well,
shells for guns, ammunition.
At the base of the shell was always a copper one.
Yeah.